It certainly is dark down here. Oh, that's so cool. Is that like lyrium? Is that infused lyrium? Oh, it lit up. Oh, that is so cool. Sha Brytol bolters. Sha Brytol. Those are these guys. So there you go. That's who they are. Oh man, the stealth thing is really cool. I do like that. Just remaining in stealth after I've attacked something. Wow, that was epic, I suppose. I think that's what we were going for there. Where's this guy? Oh, did he just die? No, he's just not targeting. Such epic fighting. Wow. Come on. Come, die. You two. Man, I don't know who's making this fight so epic in slow-mo. But I don't think it's me, because I wasn't casting abilities there. Did I change out any abilities on... I don't think I did. On any of these other guys that might be triggering something. I don't know what... Like, I don't mind it, because focus is great to have. But at the same time, I'm kind of curious what's actually triggering the slow motion things. What are those? Well, I'm about to find out. Kretal. Die. Man, they're ugly. Oh, this is so cool. Are those guys fighting me? Yep, there they go. Oh, their weapons are so cool. What is with this game being so rad? Where am I right now? I'm on a random bridge. Oh, this is awesome. This is like very inspired by the Underdark from like D&D stuff. Oh wait, is it my dagger that's doing that? Maybe my dagger is proccing a ton of stuff with the hidden blades. That might be the case. We'll see. And I'll start looking out for it now. Oh, this is rad. The Underdark is basically like the lowest point in the D&D world, and it's got like crazy stuff going on. Like that's where you find a lot of the really difficult to kill monsters in that universe. Well, we're kind of getting the same thing here. It's got a lot of the same stuff going on. Chronicles of a Forgotten War. Commander Othon told us to move out. He didn't give details, only that there had been attacks north of Cadhalish, and the Crown was sending reinforcements. Father grabbed our axes when we were off. I was a boy, puffed up from a few victories in the provings. I didn't know what was going to be taken from me, but I would find out. The journey to Cadhalash was long and tiresome. Bored warriors make for poor drunks at camp. Father and I kept to ourselves, though I admit I longed to lose myself in a pint of ale, if only to have something to do other than sharpen my axe. Interesting. What is this Forgotten War? Oh, this is so cool. This adds a lot of, forgive the pun, depth to the story.
This is like the Wall of Memories in Orzammar, but ancient. Very ancient. The words seem based in Dwarven, but I barely recognize this dialect.
Can you translate any of it?
Only fragments. The language is very different from what we speak today. This word keeps appearing. Sha Brytol. I believe it means revered defenders.
Yeah? Defenders of what?
What needs to be protected all the way down here?
Satanal. Satanal. Cut our tongues, entomb our bodies, watch over the Titan until it stirs. So the warriors who attacked us must be the Sha Brytol, and they're protecting a Titan.
Uh-oh. None of that sounds good.
Are you all right, Volta?
I can hear Ren's objections. Let's keep moving. If more of these memories exist, they may have the answers we need.
Oh man, this is so good. what exactly is this Titan? You know, like what's going on with that? I'm sure we'll find out, but holy cow, man, that gets me all excited. I do want to collect that, but there are more Sha Brytol to kill. Oh, there's a lot of these around here. I'm gonna have to collect all this stuff. That's fine. It's easy peasy. Let's run over. Oh, am I still in combat? That's kind of a cool waterfall. Little underground waterfall. I'm kind of like getting some idea of what they did designing this. Because if you look at like the caverns and stuff, it's basically taken straight out of a couple places. Crestwood for one. It's probably the one that actually jumps out to me the most. But there were a couple places like this in other spots in the game. But either way, it's smart. They took some of the environmental stuff that they had already done and just reused it, but in a way that doesn't feel reused. Like, this all feels different and new, despite the fact that it is still the same wet caverns that we've seen in other areas. I like that. They did a good job. A lot of it's probably the lighting and the like lyrium infused plants. Like, those are obviously doodads that were added. This coming from a guy who does enjoy my level design. I like analyzing these things. And as I've mentioned before, like when I'm playing through something on my own, that's one of the things that I really like to do, is sit there and analyze, like, oh, I see what they did with this. And oh, I get their direction for creating these things, you know. Seems kind of stupid, but it's something that I really enjoy looking at and admiring. Like, there's a lot of admiration that goes into the work for that kind of stuff. It's not easy work. There's a lot of thought put into, you know, just the flow of a level, where enemies can be, where loot can be, where they can hide these stupid little gears, you know. A lot of thought goes into that, and I like analyzing the heck out of that. One, because if I were to ever do something like this, which I do, as I've mentioned before, I do want to get into game design. It's something that I've always wanted to be a part of. In fact, it's something that I had briefly gone to school for. I just, you know, things change. Ended up doing philosophy and theology instead, which is still very relevant, actually, to game design. You would be surprised. Can I get back there? No? Okay. On my way. Yeah, the thing with, like, with all of the studies that I have done is you can imagine... Is that a secret place? No, it's just darkness. You could be in the middle of level design, you know, as an example. And you could be like, okay.
Something strange on the other side. I can feel it.
My guess is another earthquake that hits when we're halfway across the bridge.
Watch your step.
You could imagine, like, building a temple, like, as a level. Like, maybe you were doing the temple from the beginning of the game that got blown up. There's actually a lot of thought process that goes into that. Okay, it wasn't quite an earthquake, but it wasn't not an earthquake.
That wasn't a quake. Someone sabotaged the bridge, and we don't have time to fix it. There, that ledge. We can reach it if we're careful.
What? Oh gosh, no. What do you guys want? This ledge? What do you mean there, that ledge? Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, quick save before I jump off to my death. Aha, I see. I see. Yeah, you're creating like a temple of some description. Sorry, I went into a coughing fit there. You basically have to... I gotta note that down, because I'm not gonna remember to edit that out. Okay. You basically have to, like, determine what the motivations of whatever deity is to that temple. And more Chronicles of Forgotten War. A day after leaving Kadhalash, we noticed a change. Deep roads were particularly abandoned. Torches would suddenly go out, leaving us to stumble through the dark and trip over discarded caravans. Then came the attacks, hard and fast. Father was one of the first. He heard breathing, slow and heavy, from a creature much larger than us. Father held out his arm and grabbed the front of my armor to make me stop. I saw its shadow move. darker than darkness. And then my body jerked forward, and it left Father's arm hanging, still grasping at my chest plate. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, you gotta like know the motivations of like deities and what would adorn temples and stuff like that. And surprisingly, studying philosophy and theology both have given me insight on that.
Look there. More ancient carvings.
Aye, but these seem to be about the Titan. It shapes the stone. It is the stone. It sculpts the world within and without.
Oh, this is so cool. That sounds big.
Wouldn't something that can sculpt the world have to be rather enormous?
It is called a Titan.
She's got a point.
So it's a shaper of the stone, like you.
This implies that the Titans are actually sculptors, and our world is their clay.
If Titans shaped the stone, could they have actually created it?
The stone must have existed first.
Then the Titans would be the very first children of the stone.
That would have huge implications for my people.
It also has huge implications, speaking of philosophy and all that, it has huge implications for the Chantry.
More memories, more Sha Brytol. We must be getting close to a Titan. Your theory about the source of the quakes is looking more like fact.
But if this is true, how could it be missing from the memories of Orzammar? Why would someone erase such an integral part of our history?
Let's answer that after we stop the earthquakes.
The rhythm is louder than ever. We're close.
Man, this is awesome. Yeah, the other thing is like when you're designing a level with people in it, like enemies and stuff, you gotta know philosophically what they believe, so that way you can actually determine what should and should not be there.
Look at that. Like stars at night.
All these lyrium veins, and they're completely untapped.
The Sha Brytol must mine lyrium somewhere. Their weapons and armor are laced with it.
Unless they found another way to harness it.
If we could, and I don't mean to sound like that guy, you know what I'm saying? That like power-hungry dictator, whatever you want to call it. If we could potentially come down here and harvest this lyrium, we would have like infinite lyrium. Like it would be actually kind of crazy how much supply we would have for
I see no
any help,
evidence of
really.
darkspawn here.
Let's just be grateful.
But there must be a reason they avoid this place.
Oh, you know, maybe that the fact that there's a Titan down here would make a pretty big difference to me. Let's stealth. Yeah, I saw their rogue go. Here, let's do this. Just jump on that guy. Oh, didn't have enough stamina to throw that. Honestly, I just need to kill, like, one of those guys. Oh, that's a boss guy, okay. Let's kill their rogues. Oh, man. Just the constant barrage of... whoop, this is precarious. I don't like this. The constant barrage of hidden blades is just the best. Die. And then if I attack him some more, another one can happen. It's great. Although, see, I think it's actually Dorian, the one that's causing that. Did I give him an ability that is proccing off of his own abilities? Because that would be sick. I'm not sure if there's actually anything that does that in the game, though. I mean, if anything does it, it's the Matrix. Like, if they could freeze and then, like, do a fireball or something, that might trigger it. Can you guys, like, finish this guy off? Thank you. They're all fighting the boss. Okay, well, I want loot, so that's what I'm gonna do. Take that. What is that? Silverite. Oh, this place is so cool. This place is so cool. Just gonna take all of their loot first, though. Then I'll help you guys fight. Wow, that did a lot of damage. They had gotten him to half health by the time I got there. And then I just took off like a quarter of his HP with one ability. Ooh, Cassandra leveled up. Let's give her more passives. But which passives can I even give her? I mean, I haven't even gone into that tree, so. Yeah, sure. Let's go back. Let's just start digging through this tree, shall we? May as well.
They built this to stop us. There must be some way to get through.
It probably is, let's be honest. Sha Brytol Earthshaker. Place the Earthshaker at the barrier. Jeez. Okay, well that worked.
One of theirs cut through the barrier, but was destroyed in the effort.
Let's keep gathering their weapons. There may be more barriers ahead.
There may be, but there also may be stuff up here that I missed that I just realized because I went the other direction. So let's just take a gander. And then this is back up at the top. Okay, so, well, okay, we're good. Just making sure. You never know where more of those little gears are, or any loot, possibly. I just realized that there's also a whole other area down there I didn't go, so let's go eyeball that before I go the direction that I assume I need to go, because they have the... Yeah, so I'll make that jump. They have the, you know, barrier there. Typically, barrier blocks the path to where you need to go, so let's just go down here. See, I'm being smart about how I go through these levels. Let's not deal with them. Let's kill the Quetal. At least that's how I assume you pronounce it. Dorian, what are you doing? There he goes. Is this guy just not moving? Have I bugged the game out somehow? Have I broken it? I mean, I'm not surprised.
These creatures aren't deep stalkers. What do they eat to survive?
Us, if we're not careful.
The another thing to point out, man, their guns are rad. Another thing to point out is that the D&D universe, when I was talking about the Underdark, some of the stuff that they have are like way down in the deeps, are dwarves that are like dark and creepy and stuff. So technically that's kind of the same thing as this. Technically. I'm kind of curious if they were inspired by that kind of stuff. It does make me wonder. I probably will end up investigating that later and seeing what the similarities are, but for the most part I'm just like enjoying the fact that we even get new kind of enemies like this. Alright, so that was an Earthshaker weapon. But that, what's that? Wait. But it's not, like there's no barrier around here to take down that I know of. Maybe I'm coming up on one? Like, what's that? Undiscovered, whatever it is. I'm assuming this isn't the way to go, and I'm just kind of going and exploring the areas that I really need to. So we'll throw that at him. Probably by the end of this DLC, which I feel like we're kind of like I said before, like nearing on it. I'll go through the missions and everything and the map and make sure that I have done everything. I do want to 100% this DLC, just like we did with Jaws of Hakan, because I don't want to like miss any cool little details, especially going into the Trespasser DLC where this stuff might be referenced. Like I didn't really consider that the DLC would have an effect on Trespasser, but it might. That's taking into account that they know if you're playing Trespasser, you probably played the other DLC too. It's likely. And if you played the other DLC, then maybe things will take into effect. Maybe I'll find this dwarf at the end. That would be pretty cool. We have Trespasser. Or have her as an ally that I could talk to. That would be also really cool. I wouldn't mind that. Oh gosh, this game. It's just, get out of combat. It's just getting better and better the more that I do this. That's an unexplored location. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Those aren't bad, I just don't know if they're better than what I got. Give me that expedition. I will expedite the heck out of that.